på er allihopa. Hi guys and welcome to another live session in my art studio. We've been making fantasy paintings in my art classes, and that is what I'm going to continue with you guys today as well. So this is the base that I created together with a girl earlier in a Zoom class. And this is what I'm going to add a little bit more texture to, a few more layers. And yes, this one is not quite completed yet, so that one could do with a little bit more color. How are you guys today? If you are joining me, do let me know in the chat box. Say hello. And I am just setting up a few bits here and there. And then 1 second, I will get the brush out. So I'm gonna add some shadows and whatnot to this painting. Here we go. I think I could play some music just quite quietly so that I don't get in trouble for it, but I do like to listen to music while I play. So let's see if we can find some on here. 1 second, scrolling through. What about this one maybe? Sounds lovely. Okay, I'm gonna leave that one on. Hi there, A, how are you? Oldham, where are you joining from? Thank you for being here with me today. I am a little bit, this is just improvised. I haven't planned this again, like I usually do with these lives. I kind of just jump on whenever I feel like now is a good time to chat with you guys. So that's when I jump on here. You're in Glasgow, okay. You're not too far from me then. I am in London myself. Are you new to my channel or have you been here before? I don't remember if we've spoken before. I don't think so. This one is an older painting. I need to work on that one as well, but I don't think I'll do that in this live. But I'm gonna add some black to this, black and white, shadows and highlights. So, as usual, my table is filled with all sorts of paints, as you can see. I got acrylics there in the background, then water paints, and I think I'm gonna use watercolor for this one. But yes, there's always a lot of different projects going on at the same time here in my art studio. Let's see so you can see it clearly. There we go. So I'm using these nylon brushes. Just gonna wipe them a bit clean from last session. I just finished one session on Zoom. So I thought I'll continue with you guys over here. So black and white. Why don't we start with white? Adding some water to the acrylic paints. You shouldn't add too much water to acrylics, but a little bit is okay. And then I'll just add a little bit more color to these rays. I don't think it's that bad to add water to acrylic paint when you are painting on paper, because it's different than, like, the texture kind of sucks in the pigment itself. But when you paint on canvas, it might start flaking afterwards when it's dried. So You don't want to add too much water. So I'm just adding a little bit more highlights to this picture like that. You can see 4 people watching now. Hi guys. If you are on here and want to say hello, you do know the chat box is right there, so let me know you're watching. I'm adding highlights, and then I'm gonna add some black to this as well. This is just gonna be a short live. I'm not gonna stay here on for a long time. I just wanted to check in with you guys because I haven't had time to edit videos because of work and because of my art classes. But I still wanted to post something this week, so that is why I decided to pop the camera on for a little bit while I do this and come and say hello to you guys and check in with you guys. Hey Simone, thank you for joining. How are you today? I was watching your sofa video earlier. You got new covers for your sofa, didn't you? There. And I also, Simone, saw that you guys were painting and drawing. The kids were creating some cards, I think. Was it cards they were making? I saw Micah was drawing. Micah was drawing, and I think Neva was making some sort of a lady in a dress. There we go. Here's some highlights to those trees. I hope you can see and hear me clearly. I'm not sure, but hopefully that should be okay. Simone is saying, yes, we wanted something warm for the winter and no decent tutorials online, so I hope it helps people. Yes, birthday cards to send to grandma. To grandma, okay. Was it her birthday coming up then? Obviously, since you said birthday cards. Duh, Charlotta. Yeah, okay, that's nice. Where's my card? Oh, here. I made a card for my mom as well. In the other video, I saw you commenting on it, so you saw that already. I need to write something inside and bring it to the post office in time for my mom's birthday at the end of this month. This one was like a 3-minute video, so if you want to see this one, if you haven't already, do check out this video. If you go onto my profile, you'll see it on there. Yeah, no, I like making hand-painted cards. I'm not a big fan of sending cards if it's just one that you bought from the shop, because it feels so, I don't know, not very personal. So, yeah. I usually make my own cards, like Christmas cards, so then I don't bother sending at all. So when you add this kind of a highlight on the edge of the trees, you see I added that kind of highlights here as well. It really brings so much light into the picture and makes the sunshine even brighter. The shadows and the highlights always brings that kind of effect. So even if you don't add any more color to the sun itself, it makes it strong. It makes the sunshine shine even stronger with those small little lines. Don't know why I took so much white. I squeezed out way too much white and now I need to use it up. I really, really, really don't like wasting paint. So I try not to take too much at a time and then take more instead if I need. The brushes that I'm using right now, these two, I actually bought for face painting. I was doing face painting for Halloween last year, and then I bought these brushes for that. But now I'm using it for painting instead. So, yeah. There we go. Simone, you know that you are still a moderator on this channel, right? So now I'm gonna press hide user on this chat because of the inappropriate messages. So I'm pressing hide user on this, but why is there no blocking anymore? So now it just says this user's messages will be hidden. I guess that's same as blocking, but I used to say blocking before. I got a lot of like random people lately, but yeah, I'll just keep on blocking them. Hey, mental health, Jessica, how are you? Jessica sent me some lovely pictures of her paintings, super gorgeous paintings. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. I'm just reading Simone's text at the same time. Simone is saying, this is one, is this one a random? I haven't seen that person before. No, I just deleted the messages now, but I guess they use different profiles. Jessica is saying, so good. Both of them girls are sleeping now, so I'm able to get on. That's nice. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, I was saying that Jessica sent some pictures of her paintings on Instagram, and they were so, so beautiful. I know you got your hands full with the kids right now with a newborn at home and everything, but I would love for one day when you have time to see some more of your artworks on your channel as well. Would you ever be up for that? And also, Simone sent me some videos and photos of your paintings as well. So you are both into painting, and I love that. I'm not gonna stay on long today. I'm just gonna add a little bit more color to this, and then I will leave it like that. This is just in my sketchbook anyway. This particular one I got from David for Christmas, actually. It's coming to an end now. I only have a few pages left. I have like a whole pile of these kind of sketchbooks that I love adding artworks to. And as I've said in many videos before as well, I don't really believe in putting too much pressure on what kind of videos. My mind is so all over the place today. I'm so sorry, guys. What kind of paintings you create. So no pressure on the paintings, but rather just enjoying the process. And I think sketchbooks are great for that. Sometimes you might feel a bit, if you're using a canvas and you haven't been painting for a long time, you might feel like you need to create the perfect picture on a canvas. But to get started, I think it's quite nice to use sketchbooks. It's less intimidating. Jessica is saying, thanks for the kind words, Charlotta. I'm trying to set aside time to dedicate to painting soon. It's such a good therapy. It really, really is. It's like meditation for the mind, especially when you play this kind of calming music as well. It's so relaxing for the mind and the body. I like painting just before bedtime, just in the evenings. The only problem is that once I start painting, I kind of don't want to stop. So I could paint all night. But yeah, it's so nice to paint. Simone is saying, I'm looking forward to watching your video this evening when the kids are finally in bed, Jessica. Yeah, I was watching Jessica's video as well earlier, where, yeah, you were 5 days overdue and you're getting your hair done and whatnot. And you gave your dog a bath. I think that was in this video. How long overdue were you in the end? I know today you were 5 days over today's video. Something that I really need to invest in is getting more fine brushes, because this one is a little bit too thick. And the ones that I had, I spoiled because I didn't wash them soon enough. And because they're so fine, they get so easily and so quickly spoiled. So wash your brushes well. But I do need to invest in a new set of brushes for sure. Now that I'm painting more in my studio. I'm gonna be painting more in my studio, I think, for the rest of the year at least. And now I'm gonna add some black, but let's see what you guys are saying first. Neva is really into dolls at the moment, so we are going to start sewing and making quilt. We found a vintage Barbie room that transforms into a suitcase that you pull. A bargain of the eBay. Oh, that sounds fun, Simone. Yes, it's easy to get lost in painting. Thank you guys so much for watching. My pleasure. It's so nice that you're sharing your whole journey and you're sharing so much of your personal story and everything that you've gone through. So it's, yeah, thank you for sharing everything so openly with us. That's so sweet, Simone. Such a nice activity to do with the kids. That is amazing, Jessica. I have been enjoying your videos. That looks beautiful, Charlotta. I love woodsy scenes. Thank you, Jessica. It's bringing out the big kid in me again. I bet, Simone. Painting water, me too. Oh my gosh, I could paint water. There are 3 things that I love painting, and that is skies, sky with light, so either stars or the moon, forests with different kinds of lights and shading, and any type of water, like water reflection or the ocean or anything like that. That is so up my stream. Maybe one day, Jessica will do a collaboration about that, painting some sort of water together. That could be fun. Okay, so I'm gonna add some black to this now. I feel a little bit intimidated to add black to this because everything is so bright. Maybe I'll just add a tiny bit of white here still, since I have white left. Thank you guys for being here, by the way. I did not plan this live. I just jumped on, so it's very nice to see that you happened to see that I was on here. I rarely plan these lives anymore because I don't really find time. I don't really want to schedule anything more right now because I've got so much on. So whenever I find a time, I just like to jump on here. Like that. Maybe some lights here. Simone, did you download TikTok yet? I am new to TikTok and I had over 9,000 views on one post in half an hour, and that got me hooked. So I'm starting to think that that's one of their tricks. Like they give you like loads of views when you're new to TikTok, and then you kind of get hooked. So you want to reach those numbers again. But I haven't since then. It was like 9,000, I think 200 or something like that, and then it went down to just over 100 per post. So I haven't been posting that much there, but it was so fun to see though when you see like numbers going up into thousands in such a short time. If anyone wants to join me on there, it's Charlotta Sofia Art is my tag, but I'm not super active on there. I just wanted to try it, and I quite like that it's possible to get that much views in such a short time. And if you compare it with YouTube, where you spend like hours on editing, and then you have to do a lot of like staying in contact with your YouTube community and whatnot to get views, that TikTok is just so easy and so quick compared to this platform. But of course, it's completely different. You can't really compare it in that sense, but yeah. Rashid, hey, thank you for joining. How are you today? I hope that you had a perfect day as well. Let's see what else. Jessica's saying, Tenny loves painting rocks. I have painted rocks over here. These ones I painted for Halloween last year. And now I keep them here. I keep the skeletons in my closet. No, I keep these Halloween skeletons and whatnot here on my table because I use them for die cutting now. That sounds really bad, doesn't it? I'm using the skeletons for die cutting. Die cutting metal dies. You know, paper crafting is not as dark as it sounds. And the skeleton I use because it's a hard rock from the river. So yeah. Thank you, Jessica. Jessica is saying that she loves the rocks. I was thinking to make some more of these painted rocks for Halloween this year as well, and maybe leave outside on the street in a basket and tell people that they can bring them home if they want. I don't know how trick and treat will be this year because of the pandemics and whatnot. I don't know if people will actually be going to each other's houses for treats, but I thought that could be a fun thing to do. Leave these rocks out, some over here and there. Anyways, what was I saying now? I always do that. I check in on the chat and then I forget about where I was going in that painting. Let's see, what else are you saying? It's a shame that they haven't promoted your other posts, says Simone, about TikTok, and that you get easily hooked. It's like Instagram stories. When people do well on there, they can just make videos straight away with no editing. Yeah. Simone is Jessica is saying, I like the Insta stories too. I think that's a great idea, Charlotte, especially for the kids who can't have candy. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have loads of these rocks and I quite like painting them, and I could make some tutorials and whatnot about painting pebbles. But then I don't want them laying around either because I have a lot of them. So I thought I'll put them in a basket. Happy Halloween basket, and place them outside the door. Arby, hi, how are you? Arby or Arby? Arby, I think. How are you and where in the world are you? Thank you for joining. I am now going to add some black to this painting. Thank you so much for your compliments. Joni was saying, Joni Young, she was on the other live, And she was saying about lives and about art tutorials. There was one guy who said that he was too shy to do lives on YouTube. And someone else replied to that saying, YouTube is perfect for shy people because he never shows his face on his YouTube channel. He only films his artworks and then stays behind the camera, so you only see his arm. And Joni was saying that that's actually might be better sometimes because she gets distracted by the face sometimes if you're trying to follow a tutorial. I never thought about that actually, but it's true. So anyways, let's add some more shadow to this painting. It's so interesting, like when you add stronger colors, like now I'm adding black, just a tiny bit of black or a tiny bit of white makes such an enormous difference to a painting. It stands out so freaking much. I'm just blending in the color a little bit, not to have too strong edges. Barbie's saying that looks so cool, only the orange on the background I'd go a little bit darker. I'm no expert, I can't even draw, but that's how I think it would look cool. Thank you for your opinion. Maybe, yeah, I do all sorts of, I have one with like a purple background that is quite similar to this, but this was made in a Zoom art class earlier today, and I asked the girl to close her eyes and imagine an enchanted forest and let me know what it looks like. And her comment was everything would be pink. So because she said everything is pink, we started painting everything pink. And that is why the sky is pink, the trees are pink, and the grass is pink. I quite like it, to be honest. It's like blending in with each other. It's a bit like a misty forest type. Taya, hey, thank you for joining. How are you today? So I did the white in acrylic and now I'm adding the shadows with watercolors. Don't want to add too much to the pink ones though. Maybe I shouldn't add at all actually. I'll just blend that out a little bit. Because they are further away. So to create that kind of distance, to make them a bit more blurred out, I'm not gonna add too strong black, just a little bit here on the side. Taya is saying, beautiful drawing. Thank you so much. Simone, have the kids gone back to school on Isle of Man? I know you are homeschooling, so I guess it doesn't change your day-to-day life all that much, but The other kids on the island, have they gone back to school or? It's really such a strange year, and we don't really know how it's going to continue from here, but just following along with the news, I guess. That's all we can do. Sorry to put it down a bit. I'm just gonna add some water to this black, and I don't want it to run. So I'm placing it down like shadow. And there we go. Simone is saying they are doing good things. I'm trying to get them in bed. I'm currently led on Caleb's. They are playing for 5 more minutes. Yes, I saw Jessica's pictures on Instagram as well. Such beautiful girls. All 3 of you. Okay, I think don't need to add any more shadow to that or I'll overdo it. Simone, I feel you. It's so hard to get them in bed once they learn to say no. Yeah, I just remember myself as a kid, I would have like super much energy when it came to bedtime, and I will be running around and I'll be bouncing on the beds, and I have like scratches and what do you call it? Scars from when I hurt myself because I was so wild when it came to bedtime. I remember one time my dad was, he had to carry me into the hospital to get glued. I have a little scar here. I don't know if it shows in this light. It's right here. And it goes like a C into my eye because I was bouncing on the bed and I fell off and I bounced my head against the side of the bed. So my dad had to get me to the hospital, and the nurse was thinking like, oh, if they should put stitches or glue, and they finally decided to put glue, as long as I didn't cry for 3 days, 3 whole days, and I was like 5 years old. So I used that as a weapon. No one was allowed to make me cry for 3 whole days. But I wonder why kids are like that when it comes to bedtime. All of a sudden, they got so much energy. I was exactly like that too. All right, so I think I might just say that this painting is done like this, unless I add some sort of like lacquer flowers here in the front. There. Hi, Sundays. Oh, Sundays with Heart. Hey, thank you for joining. Thank you so much. They are saying they love my painting. Thank you so much. I've got so many lovely people that I've connected with through this channel. Sundays with Heart is one of those. You're all so encouraging and so kind. I really appreciate your support and your kind words. Right, so I'm thinking if I should add some sort of black leaves down here as well, or just leave it like that. Micah is a night owl. Yeah, that's how I understood it as well from everything you shared, Simone. Bless you, though. I hope you get some sleep. Caleb says he's never tired. That's something with kids, hey? They can just go on for ages. Okay, I'll add a few lines down here. Why not? But now I removed the tape already, so don't want to go over that line. All right, I think I'll leave it like that. Let's see. As a kid, I was very calm and slow. Oh, that must have been such a joy for your mom, Arby. I think that's what every mom wishes for when the makes it easier for mummies. Yes, Jessica, it's crazy. Today they hadn't ice cream or anything, and we have been out all day, and they are wide awake, and it's 8:30 p.m. Well, yeah, but it's still quite fairly early, though. Jessica is saying they ease into. They don't come out crazy. That happens later. Arby is saying, thanks for the info. So true. Yes, some kids aren't hyper, but it's not a bad thing, them having loads of energy. No, it's not a bad thing. I guess it's just easier for moms when the kids are easy to put to bed because it's less work for bedtime, but it's not. It doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with them. Like there's nothing wrong with me, right? Okay, let me move that one back a little bit. I think that one is finished now. I'm gonna call it finished. Have you guys seen? This is another thing that we did in my art classes here in London and in Zoom as well. And this was inspired by David Blaine, who, I don't know if you heard about him. He filled up 52 massive balloons with helium, and he grabbed hold to it, and those 52 balloons lifted him up high up in the sky. I think it was 24,000 feet up in the sky, 42,000 feet altitude, and he was floating over the desert in America. And he has an 8 or 9 year old daughter, and she was down on the ground waving for him. So that inspired this painting that we made in art class this week, and I shared it on Instagram, and David Blaine actually shared it on his account as well. Don't know if you guys saw that, but I was so happy about that. He did such a, yeah, he's a magician. Have you seen his tricks? He is pretty awesome. So anyways, it is time for me to start cleaning and tidying up here in the art studio before bedtime. So, oh yes, you RB saying I used to watch him so much. Yeah, so he shared my post on his Instagram, and he has over 1 million followers. So that was pretty cool. He's such a cool guy. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me today. You can see that I am starting to drown in artworks. I need to hang even more stuff on the walls because there's even like paintings all over the floors and everywhere. I paint literally from morning till evening, more and more in my art class now, and also when I go to work, when I go to other people's houses, I always go there to paint as well. So, yeah, I am drowning in artworks. Anyways, yes, he shared it. I was so happy to see that. He shared it and said he loved the balloons. Jessica saying, "Oh, poor Simone, you were trying to wear the kids out and they wore you out." Yeah, I guess that happens sometimes. They got so much energy. Anyways, oh, Justin is here as well. I was just about to say good night, but I need to say hello to Justin as well. How are you? How are things over on your side of the world? You are in America. Are you close to the California side, or which side were you on again? I'm trying to remember. I heard about the fires over in the States from two of my friends have been speaking about it now. You are in California, right? That's what I remembered as well. So is the fire pretty bad? I heard. I haven't been following it on news, but I just heard from a couple of friends. One that lives in Virginia, which is like completely on the other side, she said that the smoke is coming all over to that side, so it must be pretty bad. So sorry to hear about that. Justin is saying, I'm not near fires, but the sky is smoky. Try to look after yourself. Yes, self-care is very important. I agree. Very bad air, actually. Oh gosh, I haven't seen any pictures or anything because I'm kind of in my own little arty bubble here in my art studio. I kind of even avoid news sometimes because there's so much going on there and there's not much I can do about it. But I am very sorry to hear, Justin, about the fires in California. Stay safe. You're saying, but I'm indoors. The sky was orange a few days back. Oh, bless you. You are working from home, aren't you? You're doing your commission works and paintings and whatnot in your studio, I'm guessing. I hope you don't need to go out too much, but still. Anyways, I'm gonna call it a day for now, and I will be back with you guys with a video. I need to post one of these paintings that I have filmed like a couple of weeks ago, but the video itself is so long, so it will take forever to edit. And I never get around to finishing the edit. I started it and then something always interrupts. So I will get there eventually, and then I'll share that video with you guys. But for now, this was the live for this week, and I shall see you again next week. Thank you so much for joining. Bye! Ha det bra!